Hi, I'm Callie Harris, and today I'm going to present to you my Module 5 project, Understanding My Community. My school is Mays Elementary. We did a little sociological inventory for this project. We're going to cover lots of issues, but the first ones we're going to talk about are issues of time and labor. Our issues of time and labor. There is quite a discrepancy in wage for our certified and classified employees. Our certified employees, as compared to the urban districts around us, generally make between $7,000 to $10,000 less per year than our other counterparts. But the worst part about this is our certified staff is generally more of a blue collar population, and they are only earning between $9 and maybe $12 an hour, which is not a livable wage when you're working full time. The population of our district, 76% Caucasian, 12% Hispanic, 5% multi-ethnic, and then the rest is other. The interesting part about our district is that we are in a small town that has been kind of overtaken by the urban district in Wichita. The town of Mays is actually only 4,000 people, but our school population is over 7,000, and then you add staff on, which is probably close to 800 to 1,000. Our graduation rate in district is 99%. There's a lot of communication happening in our district. We've got leadership teams in each building, site councils, principal advisory committee, tech integration committee, district site councils, cadres, lots of opportunity to provide feedback and feel like you're a valued member of the school population. Our economic conditions are kind of interesting because our student base is probably pretty affluent, except our district is considered a poorer district in the state because we do have a huge lack of industry. Again, our town base is 4,000 people. We don't have the industry like Wichita does of Koch Industries, Boeing, Spirit. We don't have any of that. Another something kind of interesting is we do have the densest population of students in the state for our mile radius. We do have a relatively high socioeconomic status in our students. We have about a third of our population receive free and reduced lunch, and that is changing. We have just moved to titled buildings in our elementary schools in the last 5 years. Getting to know our traditions and customs is a big deal for us. So, Mays Elementary is the building that I teach in. It is one of 5 elementary schools in our district. It is known for being the Mays Elementary family. We are a Leader in Me school. We do lots of social gatherings for sharpening the saw together. At least once a month, there's a gathering outside of school just to build our community. We are known for innovation and excellence. We've just been awarded a grant for stopping everything in STEAM, where we got the biggest grant in the history of our Mays Education Foundation for all sorts of new and innovative tools. There has been a change in leadership and our population of students in the last 5 years, and that has been a little bit hard on our building. We went from definitely a hierarchical leader to a community builder and transformational leader. And then we went from a principal who had done his job for over 20 years to a brand new principal. And sometimes that can be hard on a staff. I do feel like in the last 2 years, we have hit our stride, and from what we have taken from our former principal and then to our new principal, we have taken a lot and learned great things from both of them. The known population characteristics of our staff in our building. I think it's a very interesting mix of educational levels in our staff. We have people with master's degrees and multiple master's degrees, and then we have our classified staff who minimum have passed the parapro assessment or have an associate's degree when working with kids. But then we have our custodians and lunchroom workers who don't have anything, sometimes past high school education. The age of our students is 5 to 11. We are an elementary school, K-5. Our staff is also an interesting mix of people who are past the retirement age to brand new teachers. And we always have student teachers. And then we even have like some from our local colleges, from Wichita State, Newman, or Friends. We have pre-apprentice teachers as well. The gender of the workers in our building we have over 100 staff members. And at the moment, we have 3 male teachers, 1 male principal, a male custodian, 1 male lunchroom manager, and 1 male para. So we have 7 men on staff out of 100. We have had some turnover on our staff lately. I do feel like that has to do with the leadership style that's happening in our building right now. I think people are dying for a little bit more top-down leadership. It does feel like sometimes somebody has to make the decision and not just have it always come to consensus by committee. The diversity of our staff, as you can tell by our picture, there's just not a lot. We have a lot of women. Everybody is Caucasian. Last year we did have somebody in a wheelchair, but that is one of our greatest weaknesses, in my opinion. Do we know how to communicate and through which channels to get there? Definitely, we know how to communicate. We get a daily every day, which is the schedule of the day. We get a WAG, which is a week at a glance, and that is the schedule of the week. Monthly, there is a newsletter that is sent home to all of our parents, and it has notes from the counselor. It has notes from the principal, the nurse, and the PE teacher. We do have a Mays Elementary School staff-only page where we can communicate when there are losses or celebrations or when they have their sharpening of the saw events. We do have a very active Parents as Teachers organization, and they have a Facebook page and often communicate with our parents that way. And there's also a district Facebook page and Twitter account where communication is given. We don't have many who do not speak English as a first language. We do have 2 schools who have students identified with ESOL services. That's where everybody who doesn't pass the CALPA will go. My building is not one of them. Knowing your community groups. We have a lot of community organizations who are very fond of sponsoring our schools, the Lions Clubs, many church groups. We have just almost sometimes more help than we know what to do with, but we are happy to have people reaching out and we know where to go when we need things. District organizations, we've got the Mays Education Foundation, which raises money for grants for our teachers and school buildings. We've got the district level PTO. We have a strong alumni group, booster clubs for athletics. We do have a Mays Education Association union, and our Board of Education is very supportive of our students, staff, and district personnel. At our school level, we have leadership team, principal advisory committee. We do have specialist cadres. If you're a reading specialist or a math specialist, there's one in each of our elementary school buildings. Once a month, we meet together. We have PLCs, professional learning communities, each week, or site council. We just have lots